有專家反映啦，熔斷機制其實扮演嘅角色已經唔係好大。如果繼續採用呢一個嚴厲嘅熔斷標準嘅話，就會贏粒糖輸間廠啦。咁由今個月初到20號計起，其實已經觸發咗25次。咁亦都有人憂慮香港國際航空樞紐地位已經唔不保啦。咁會唔會檢討下呢個機制嘅目的，同埋調整下佢措施預期成效呢？唔該。
香港嘅航空樞紐係非常之重要嘅，尤其是喺本屆政府，我哋對於發展香港國際機場成為國際航空樞紐咧係不遺餘力啊！無論從政策上，或者係從去國家14.5規劃裏邊，為國際航空樞紐特別攞咗一個中央嘅支持，以至到去喺粵港澳大灣區裏邊，亦都攞到中央嘅支持咧，讓香港國際機場能夠同珠海機場咧係更加有協同效應嚟到去發展。目前呢個疫情咧係一個短暫嘅影響嘅嚇，我相信喺疫情穩控之後，隨住我哋逐步可以放寬一啲嘅外防輸入嘅措施，我哋立竿見影係會睇到香港嘅國際機場咧恢復翻佢往時嗰種嘅熱鬧，同埋亦都可以吸引更加多嘅航班咧，係同埋旅客咧係利用香港，無論係入境啦，或者喺呢度嚟到做轉機嘅服務。咁所以呢個工作咧，我哋會繼續進行。
So we would like to ask a question from SCMP. So do you see the recent commentaries from People's Daily and other state media on sticking to zero COVID a warning against further easing the border control measures or social distancing? And will you consider further lowering the flight ban threshold or easing the social distancing restrictions, given there is no rebound of infections following the Easter holiday? And second, you have repeatedly say that Hong Kong's press freedom is not under threat. But yesterday, the FCC becomes the latest body to have withdrawn from a human rights press award. And a former university scholar known for outspokenness in the press has also left the city. So given the uncertainties, how can it be said that Hong Kong's press freedom is still thriving? Thank you.
First of all, I have repeatedly said during the last 2 years of fighting the epidemic that the situation has to be continuously reviewed and the right decisions have to be made, trying to strike a balance between the public health considerations, the socio-economic development needs, and the people's tolerance and acceptance level. So with that in mind, the government has to continuously adjust its policy measures, and that's exactly what we have done. It is gratifying to know that after more than 3 months since the 5th wave of COVID-19 hit us and hit us hard in Hong Kong, we are on the road or on the path to returning or resuming normal activities. So as far as social distancing measures are concerned, we will continue to press ahead with the 3-stage relaxation that I have announced on the 21st of March, unless there was a sudden surge in COVID-19 infection cases. But that looks quite unlikely based on our observations and the experts' advice because of the high level of hybrid immunity that Hong Kong has achieved. So we have effectively and successfully rolled out the first stage. And I noticed that many Hong Kong people, many restaurant operators are very happy with this first stage relaxation. So the second stage is intended to take place about a month from the first phase. That is maybe the second half of May. So this is the plan at the moment. As far as border controls, these are still very important measures in order to reduce the importation of infected cases into Hong Kong, especially when many places are already removing their restrictions and social distancing measures, etc. So we still have this policy to prevent and reduce a large number of imported cases into Hong Kong. But again, using my analogy of trying to strike the balance between the three factors, we have made certain adjustments and announced them last Friday to take effect, mostly on the 1st of May. So for the time being, we don't have any further plans to further relax the border controls or the flight ban or the flight suspension measures that we have put in place. About press freedom, press freedom is one of the rights and freedoms enshrined in the Basic Law. And in the last 25 years since reunification, all these human rights and freedoms have been safeguarded and upheld in the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region. But from time to time, there would be some concerns and worries arising from isolated incidents. So I would say that the two examples you have given are those isolated incidents which might have given people that impression, especially people who tended to misunderstand the constitutional safeguards for press freedom, and that is one has to observe the law in exercising your freedom. So I have no particular comment on those two incidents that you have quoted, because the first incident is an award event which was organized by a private organization. If that same organization decided not to hold that event, a government official could not comment on it. The answer has to be given by that particular organization. And the second incident is about people leaving Hong Kong, whether for good or for a short while. This is in exercise of individual freedom to enter and to exit Hong Kong. Again, it is a right enshrined in the Basic Law.
早晨，林太 TVB 㗎，咁想問翻咧，即係而家個疫情已經去到400幾宗啦，咁我哋見到無論社交距離措施，還是係我哋外防輸入放寬，就係俾啲唔係香港嘅人都可以入嚟香港，係咪清零無望咧？會唔會呢一刻真係仲做唔做全民強檢啊？係咪即係個成本效益真係唔符合咧？
我頭先已經解釋過啦，喺呢個抗疫嘅過程裏邊呢，我哋要不停咁去檢視香港嘅疫情啦，亦都要不停咁去評估究竟喺每一個階段面對咁嘅疫情，特區政府應該採取啲咩措施啊？當然喺考慮採取咩措施嘅時候，就要考慮嗰個對於社會經濟發展嘅影響嚇，否則就要付出一個好龐大嘅代價。亦都要考慮我哋700多萬人佢嗰個能夠承受嗰個嘅程度。當然亦都要考慮即係公共衛生嘅需要啦，特別係如果嗰個病毒會引致好大嘅傷亡嚇。咁所以喺現階段呢，有一啲嘅措施我哋未係時候呢可以做一個實在嘅決定，仍然係需要不停咁去監測呢個情況呢，喺適當嘅時候呢，我哋一定會同市民公佈嘅。